Good morning and welcome to another one of these awkward voyeuristic day in the life videos that I sometimes make. Today is a special day. Well, every day is special, as inspirational cards might tell you. But today is a special day. Whoa, there's my face. Today is a special day because we're gonna take the kittens to the vet. They seem perfectly healthy. The only concern that I had is a few days ago I noticed that Sally, the little Slytherin kitty, the striped one, she has kind of a pot belly, and usually that'll mean worms. And it's like extremely common for little kittens that were born in the wild to have parasites and things like that. Like otherwise they seem totally healthy. They're always super ravenous when I feed them and stuff. And like I also just have never taken care of kittens that young. They're probably between 1 and 2 months old, and the youngest I've ever cared for is like 3.5 months old. That's how old Pan and Thalia were when I got them. So just want to make sure that they're healthy and everything's okay. So I'm logging on to Twitter and posting something because it's been a while since I've posted anything, and I'm like telling people, hey, you should follow me on Twitter, and then I don't post anything. So anyway, I could post a video this time. This is a video of a Godric pouncing on me, and it was not included in my little compilation video. Oh! My alarm is going off. It's time to wake up! Yeah, their vet appointment is pretty early. It's at 9, so I had to set an alarm just to be sure, but my fuzzy alarm clocks woke me up anyway, so I'm good.
Good boy. That was impressive. Oh, good boy. Get the monster. Oh, good boy. Oh, you got the monster. Oh, good boy. Uh-huh. Hi.
Okay, I have to leave in like 10 minutes, so very quick breakfast. This is the interior of Tacos El Pastor, which is just marinated pork and pineapple, and I ran out of salsa verde, so I'm using cilantro and scallions, and I ran out of corn tortillas, so I'm using rice.
I don't see any kittens. Mama. Helga, you want to climb me like a tree? Hi, darling. Good morning. Oh, Godric, hi. Hi. Ooh. Baby's first trip to the vet. Did you see a doggy, Helga? Did you see a dog? I'm sorry, baby girl. We're very upset about that.
This is Helga.
Looks like rectal thermometer time. You're not going to like
Oh my
this.
You should look at Helga before I attempt. How's
Look at
that?
you, Muffin. And where did we? Those were feral.
Okay, again, and Richard, you know you want to grab the other two.
Yeah.
Hi, Helga.
Well, I'm finally back from the vet and getting other cat food and cat litter for the kittens and my own cats and the feral cats that live outside. And after all of that, it's now 11 a.m. I started this whole trip at like 7:30 a.m. So those guys take a lot of time out of my day. I haven't even worked at all yet, so I'm gonna get myself a cup of tea and get to work finally. Hi there, Sarah from the future speaking. While my tea was brewing, I did a treatment on my hair that I started doing about 2 to 3 weeks ago. When you have super, super long hair like I do, the ends get dry and frazzled really easily. So what I started doing is, well, I'm brushing out my hair right now just to prep it, but I started adding coconut oil in it, in just the ends, like the final 4 inches mostly, but it kind of spreads up to the bottom foot of my hair. And ever since I started doing that, like my hair has been in a lot better condition. It's silkier, it's smoother, and just healthier. I wash my hair once every 3 days, and today was my hair washing day. And so what I do is I'll, around noon, I will put the coconut oil in my hair and brush it through as I'm doing here. And then afterwards, I will put it up in a ponytail and then twist it into a bun on top of my head. Okay, I have a cup of genmai cha. It's brown rice tea to drink, and I'm finally gonna get to work. I also have a heating pad on my back because I tweaked it a little bit in carrying all that heavy cat food and cat litter. There is the vet that we went to is actually inside of a pet store. So like right after we went, because we were almost out of cat food anyway, bought some cat food and litter for my actual grown-up cats because they were running out, and then also for the adult feral cats that I'm still feeding until we can trap them, and then also for the kittens themselves. Oh, I didn't get it on video, but I did see Mommy again. She had been not coming around for several days, actually, but I saw her this morning when I went to feed her. I saw her and 3 of her kittens from the litter that she had like half a year ago, and then who we presume is at least one of the fathers of the kittens, because it's a big Siamese cat, and it looks kind of like a boy. Oh, and it was confirmed that the sexes that we thought that these kittens was correct. Godric is the one boy, and then the other 3 houses are females. So Salazar Slytherin did need to be changed to Sally Slytherin, but it works out really nicely. Anyway, yeah, they all got a clean bill of health. They got little deworm medicine. We need to get them different deworming medicine for, I think it was tapeworms. Like the medicine they administered in the vet covered all the other worms, but they didn't have the tapeworm stuff. So we're gonna have to order that online because like the pet store is out of it. Everywhere is supposedly out of it. So that's a thing I have to take care of as well. But first working, right? So anyway, the job that I'm doing now, I need to put on my glasses so I can see things properly. It is actually, I'm translating it online. I have translated things online before through like online translating systems for like the survey, market research survey response questions that I've translated before, but this is not that. This is through the company in Japan for whom I translate a lot of stuff, but it's through a different project manager than I usually use. Like I have done a few things with this project manager, but not a project like this or this big. It's a game for a console system, I do believe PS4, which is interesting. Like the last project that I did that was a one-off was also for a PS4. It was a console series, and it was not Ultimate game. And this also is not an Ultimate game. It's like, it's high fantasy. There's like talk of paladins and broadswords and stuff in here. And it was funny because like 1.5 years ago I started playing Pathfinder, and before that I heard of tabletop terminology and the like, and a lot of my friends did tabletop and still do tabletop, but I myself was just whoosh, and a lot of it to me is still kind of whoosh. Joshua gets really mad at me when I forget. But it's helpful now. I'm finding that I actually kind of know some of that terminology because it's coming up in this game a little bit because it's RPG style. But yeah, it's still, the stuff I'm translating right now is more like synopsises of story arcs or episodes, or like, I guess, like levels or stages that you play in the game. So yeah, it's not just like a narrative story like most of the stuff I've translated for Ultimate games. And what's even better is the pay rate is like 3 times what I normally make. So it's like, awesome. But with the higher pay rate, this is also a bit harder. And again, being high fantasy, there's a lot of kanji in here that's like, I think most Japanese people probably don't really know them 100%, so I have to look up a lot of stuff. So it takes a little longer than it normally would. About like 1.5 times longer than it normally would for me to translate this volume. But it's still doable. It's just like if I spend all my mornings taking care of kittens, I'm basically working every day until 9 in the evening, even if I'm really productive. But yeah, the cool thing about translating this through a program on the internet that's a translating software program is that as I'm looking at a body of text, if I scroll over to the right side of the screen, it'll show me like suggestions for how other translators in the team have translated certain words. So people's names, words, phrases, if they come up, I can just look over to the side. The other cool thing about this that I noticed when I was filling in basically like the glossary is if a term comes up that has already been translated, because glossary is usually just a person's name or like a few words here or there. If it comes up and it's already been translated, it'll just automatically get filled in for you. So there were sections of the glossary that like I literally did not have to translate anything. I just pressed enter every time the text was magically put in there by the translating program. However, it's not foolproof. Like a lot of times words come up in the text that I know that other people have translated before, like people's names, and I don't see it in the suggestions on the right, and it's really annoying. So it's you know, it is what it is. There's some advantages and there's some disadvantages. Anyway, I'm going to finish it a lot quicker if I stop talking to a camera and if I actually work. So I'm going to actually work. Making lunch, and I also zipped into the bathroom to do a close-up shot of me dipping my hands in Vaseline and rubbing them together. Why did I do that, you may ask? One of my friends from Comedy Sports, who is affiliated with a YouTube channel, asked for 10-second clips of like crying, breaking up, grooming, and something else. But he's like, oh, if you send it in, we'll put it in the video or whatever. And so I'm like, hey, I actually shot video of myself earlier today putting coconut oil in my hair. I can use that, but it's not clear that that's what I'm doing unless I have a close-up of myself rubbing my hands in coconut oil. So I went and did that, and then I filmed myself doing this. And that's why I should not have Facebook open while I work. And for lunch, I have stir-fried veggies with noodles and some hojicha brewing up. Okay, I'm about a little more than a third of the way through my work for the day. Not actually bad. It's almost 3 o'clock and it's time to do part 1 of my 1.5 hours of daily exercise. I have been letting myself go like the last, well, 3 years really. I used to get like really, really fit every summer and then let myself go a little bit during the colder months and then get fit again. But like the last 3 years, I haven't been doing the getting fit in the summer part, so I've been just kind of always letting myself go. I know I don't look like I let myself go because I'm thin, but I'm skinny fat. I have like a lot of fat on my body, so I'm back to exercising 1.5 hours a day daily and cutting simple carbs mostly out of my diet. Like I still have sugary things when I want to. I just like really try to do moderation. But Joshua got donuts this morning, so I guess today was my cheat day. I have about 2 hours of work left and it's already a little past 5 and therefore time for a light dinner. And soon after that it'll be time for my walks. So I'm going to be doing 2 hours of work in the dark tonight.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Back from a nice walk. There was a lot of smoke in the air the last few days because of the wildfires in Northern California. Well, I'm in Northern California, in Santa Rosa, Napa area. Like, it's horrible. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen on the news wherever you live, but we've had, like, I think at this point the death toll is over 17 and there's like hundreds of people missing. So many people have had to evacuate. So many people's homes were burned down. My favorite ballet teacher of all time, actually, who had a home in Napa, his burned down. He lost everything. It's really bad. But for the last few days, the air here, even in the valley, was thick with smoke and people were having horrible asthma problems and it just smelled like fireplace. But today it's all gone because we had winds last night that cleared it away. I'm gonna buckle down and do the last 2 hours of work for the day. Hopefully I get through that. I need to fit a shower in there somewhere. And I woke up really early this morning, so I'm probably gonna fade before I finish what I'm supposed to do for the day, but I can make it up in later days. So I'm gonna end the video here because you guys don't need to watch me lying down on a couch working for 2 hours. Bye!